I am obsessed with it. I pull it out of my closet like at least twice a week for the last several weeks. It's honestly getting a little bit embarrassing and it just looks so chic. Every time I've gotten a piece of jewelry this month, I put it on my body and then it's almost like welded to my skin, like I won't take it off. I wear it to work. I wear it for leisure. I might as well damn near wear it to bed at this point. Like, hi, welcome to my video. This is Nothing to Wear and I talk all things fashion. It's been quite a month of collecting. It has. All of the things that I'm going to share with you guys in today's video are going to be my May favorites. Everything that I enjoyed throughout the month of May, obviously. And I don't know, I've just been feeling like a little collector, like really appreciating all the tiny tidbits of life. So obviously most of the list is going to be fashion based, but there's also little bits and bobs from other areas of my life, including things that are not, what is the word? Like tangible objects, you know? So yeah, this is my collection of little eclectic and cutesy fun little things. So kicking things off with jewelry. This month I picked up a few little interesting jewelry pieces that I've been obsessed with. Like every time I've gotten a piece of jewelry this month, I put it on my body and then it's almost like welded to my skin, like I won't take it off. First thing is one day we were out, my husband and I were thrifting across Houston, and I was just visiting a ton of these more centrally located thrift stores that I haven't gotten a chance to go to at all, or just I haven't been in a really long time. We went to, it's called like Bluebird something. I'm gonna put the name up somewhere once I remember what it's called. And here in the Houston area, this is such a gem of a place. There's clothes, there's jewelry, there's a ton of furniture and art and like kitchenware. It's all around like a really, really good spot to go if you're like an avid thrifter, consignment shopper. And I found these two silver bangles. One is like woven and really intricate and cool, and then the other one's pretty sleek, simple, but it still has like a really cool like soft touch texture. And with bangles being like really popular nowadays, I obviously gravitated towards them when I saw them in the case, but they go with everything. Like I can put on like a really simple outfit, like jeans and a t-shirt, and when I put on one of those bangles, it's like bam. Suddenly, guys, my cool point scales go up by like 20 points. And then the other thing that I got is like a faux Van Cleef, but it's actually real silver. There's this jeweler that my friends and I follow because they frequent one of the Houston like downtown markets on a monthly basis by where we work. And the reason that I always shop with her is because her jewelry pieces are like real. They're real metals, high quality jewelry for an incredibly affordable price range. And this time around when I saw her every month, because you know every 30 days we're like, hey girl, what's up? What do you have new in your collection? And she had these like really cute Van Cleef look-alike bracelets that I really gravitated towards because girl, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have thousands and thousands of dollars to drop on a Van Cleef. And honestly, I don't know. Most people wouldn't be the wiser. You know, if I saw somebody else with fake Van Cleef, I wouldn't even bat an eye because your girl doesn't even really know what they actually look like. So I've been stacking it with this Tiffany bracelet that got passed down to me, and it just looks so chic. Those are my jewelry favorites for this month. It wouldn't be my video if I didn't talk about fashion, and here we go. First thing on my fashion favorites for May is going to be this incredible $5 Prada shirt that I thrifted this last month. I am obsessed with it. I pull it out of my closet like at least twice a week for the last several weeks. It's honestly getting a little bit embarrassing how often I wear this shirt, but I have to tell you guys a story. So basically, I was out thrifting. Nothing new there. And I was visiting a new thrift store. It's called Eco Thrift. If you're in the Houston area, go check it out. Their stock is insanely good, but I will say it's a little bit more pricey, so be prepared for the prices. But in general, like really, really good finds. I had been in that thrift store for hours. I had looked at the pants, at the dresses, at the purses, at the scarves, and I was just like, you know what, it's been like 2.5 hours, I should probably leave now. I don't think I'm gonna go through the shirts. But as I was leaving to turn around and like go check out, I was just like, let me at least go through the white blouses, because I don't know, I just gravitate towards white blouses in general. So I was like, let me just leaf through, let's see what we find. Within 2 shirts of me sliding what was on the rack, I see a Prada tag. And I was just like, oh my God, that You know those moments when you find something really good at the thrift store and you have to pretend like you didn't just find the most amazing thing you've ever seen in your life? Because you can't draw too much attention to yourself at the thrift store, okay? Those who are warrior thrifters know that if you act just a little bit too excited, you're gonna see like the Depop masters come across the corner and like try to snatch things out of your hand. So I had to stay calm. I see the Prada shirt and I'm like, okay, I have to brace myself for whatever the price tag is, because I had seen so many other cute pieces that were really, really awesome, but like really expensive for the thrift store. Okay. Like I found, for example, this incredible green, like I think it's called like pea green, not pew. I saw this incredible pea green, like suit jacket and short set, but it was over $60, and I was just like, yeah, I can't do that at thrift. So I was bracing myself for whatever the price of this shirt was gonna be. It was $5. You know how you're faced with moments where you're like, why me? That was my why not me? Why would this not happen to me moment? I snatched the shirt as calmly as possible, put it in my cart, and walked away and checked out. And that was it for me. So yeah, that's the story of the $5 Prada shirt that I have not been able to stop wearing. So clearly it made the list. Okay, other fashion favorite for this month is going to be the Gap 365-day trousers. I had already owned a pair for a couple months, but I freaking ruined it. I ripped the seam at the bottom, completely user error. And so I just kind of dragged my feet to replace it, knowing in the back of my head, like that was my favorite pair of work pants. And I was sad that I couldn't wear them anymore because I ruined them. And then I saw that they had gone on sale on the Gap website, snatched up a black pair in my size, came here, and I've been wearing it nonstop. I wear it to work. I wear it for leisure. I might as well damn near wear it to bed at this point. Like, I love these pants. They're so comfortable. If you have a similar body shape to mine, I highly, highly recommend, because my legs are pretty long and my torso is really short. So in general, high-rise jeans don't always look amazing on me, but the trousers are cut in such a way, it could be the pleats, I'm not exactly sure what's working there, but I love. Okay guys, my fashion list is not very long this month. My very last fashion favorite for this video are going to be my Dior flats. I briefly touched on this, I think, in my Mexico City vlog. My husband and I took a trip to Mexico City in April, and if you know anything about Mexico City, you know that the shopping is incredible. And not just normal shopping, but secondhand shopping is like next level. But it was our first day there. We were like bopping around Roma Norte, and then I had always seen the store Irene Bufa on my For You page, on social media, like everywhere. And I was just like, when I go to Mexico City, I'm gonna go straight there, because they have such incredible finds, and the prices for like secondhand luxury fashion are not too terrible. So that was like my first stop of the day. So we hop on over to Irene Bufa, and I'm perusing the store. There's so many incredible things, like obviously something's way out of my price range, but I knew that I was gonna walk out of that store with at least one thing, because there's a fun thing that I like to do. Every time that I visit a new city, I like to purchase a luxury good for myself. Nothing crazy, typically nothing astronomical, something within my price range, but because I typically do not buy myself luxury pieces. So I like to buy something every time I'm in a new city just to remember it, and it's just like my one souvenir of the whole trip. And then as I'm walking around the store and looking at all these incredible things, I spot these impeccable tweed Dior flats in my size. And I wasn't specifically looking for shoes on this trip. I was honestly thinking I was gonna get another purse. But then I see that they're in my exact size, and I just about died because they're like brand spanking new. These shoes do not look like they've been worn a day in their life. Perfect. I slipped them onto my feet, perfect size, incredible look, and the rest is history. Slid my debit card, and that was it. The second time that they were on my feet, no, actually the very first time that they were on my feet for like a real outfit was in New York City, and I walked thousands and thousands of steps in them. Needless to say, my heels are still yet to forgive me, but I can say that they are successfully broken in, and they were well worth every penny that I spent on them, and I'm very happy about that purchase. So if you're in Mexico City, make sure to check out Irene Bufa. If you're not in Mexico City, they also have an online website. So those were my fashion favorites for this month. Next, I have my beauty favorites of the month. I did a little bit of shopping, of cosmetic shopping. If you know anything about me, I'm much more like a hair and outfit girly than a makeup girly. That's purely because the other two take up way more of my time and attention. And I'm the type of person that has like one thing of each thing in their makeup collection. Like, I'm not gonna have an array of like mascaras and foundations and concealers. That's just not how I operate. So this month I ended up having several things run out, and I replaced them with a few new things that I haven't tried before but I've been wanting to try. And these are the few pieces that I picked up. Top of the list is going to be my blush. So I'm like a loyal Glossier fan, and for the longest time I used their Cloud Paint and Dusk. But I kind of got to a point where I was just like, let me try something else. You never know if there's another product out there that you might fall in love with. And this month I did. I really, really like the Save Beauty Dew Blush. It's in a very similar color to Dusk by Glossier. And I love how this thing blends out. I honestly like it a little bit better than the Glossier blush because it blends out just so effortlessly. I'd say Cloud Paint is a little bit more pigmented, but it's just very user-friendly. Easy for me, easy to get on. Loved it. And then second thing that I got was through recommendation. I watched this one makeup girl influencer from Mexico City. Her name is Maria Castañeda, and she always recommends this powder. It's the Givenchy Prism Libre, and I got the color Voila Rosé. Voila Rosé. I don't know. And I really, really like it, specifically in my under eye area because it's slightly tinted pink. And so it really helps with just like color correcting. At least it does in my head. Okay, I don't know. And it just leaves like a very seamless finish. The only downside is that it's slightly messier to work with, obviously because it's like a loose powder. But if you're really into baking or want to super brighten your under eye, I really recommend that one. And then last thing on my beauty list, I do consider this beauty, is the Glossier Fleur. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. I recently smelt this at a pop-up that Glossier hosted here in Houston. And girl, when I tell you I stood in that line for like hours. Honestly, if I admit the amount of hours I spent in that line, I might cry. Looking back, I wasn't sure if it was worth it. Now I know it's worth it because I at least got a chance to get a free sample of that perfume. And I'm obsessed. Like, it is such a good summer scent. And I'm someone who's a little bit more snobby when it comes to perfumes, if I'm being a little bit honest. Like, I'm really into niche perfumes. Like, I'm obsessed with Le Labo. Some of my favorite scents are by Le Labo. And if I'm not wearing Le Labo, I'll be wearing this. That's how much I like that perfume. And that's going to be my summer scent from now on. Please, Glossier, don't mess with the formula. Please, do not mess it up like y'all messed up the original. Leave it alone. And don't take it away. Leave it alone and don't take it away, please. Okay, now moving on to the next section. My next section is actually going to be books. For those of you guys who don't know, I have a book club. Here's all the information on screen. And we've been reading some really, really good stuff recently. And I've been reading a lot for leisure on my own as well. So I wanted to share with you guys some of my favorite titles from this month that I really, really, really liked. Top of the list is going to be I Who Have Never Known Men. I've had this book on my TBR for forever, like at least a year. My sister had originally recommended it to me, and I knew I was gonna like it, but I don't know why it took me a while to pick it up. In a nutshell, I Who Have Never Known Men is about a girl who's a narrator who grows up in an underground bunker with 39 other women, and she has been in this bunker since she was maybe 3 or 4 years old. She was the only child in the bunker, and all the women around her were grown women. And they're in this bunker for pretty much the majority of her young life. And then one day, they get out. And that's where the story starts to unfold. And basically, because she's been surrounded by nothing but women for all these years, there's just so much that she doesn't know about herself, about humanity, about men, obviously, and just about life. I was ready for the book to be kind of like a really feminist tale. And in a way it was. It definitely was a lot about femininity and womanhood and sisterhood. But above all, it was mostly about humanity and what makes us human, life stages, and what life is like when you've been deprived of very normal human experiences. It made me really emotional in a lot of ways that I didn't think it would, and honestly changed my perspective on a lot of things. And those are the boxes that check every single one of my favorite books. And I think it'll be one of my favorite books for a long time, even outside of this month. Another book that I finished this month is called Then She Was Gone. And that's the book that we read for book club last month. I think it's my favorite thriller that we've read. I always say that about every thriller, but we're reading another thriller right now, and I still like Then She Was Gone better. Then She Was Gone is about a mother whose daughter goes missing when she's about 17 years old. And fast forward a few years down the road, she meets this man who has this daughter, and the daughter happens to look exactly like her missing daughter. So the book is all about lies and mystery and who you can really trust and mental health, as well as like sibling favoritism is a huge theme. It's just a really, really good book with a very fast-paced plot. The author is incredible at like chapter to chapter cliffhangers. Every single time I finish a chapter, I was like, oh my God, I can't go to bed. Like, I have to keep reading. And I ended up binging half the book in like a day and a half. Honestly, if you read... Are my cats fighting behind me? No. Not yet. Honestly, I really recommend reading Then She Was Gone and Who Have Never Known Men at the same time, because that's what I did. And there's a lot of themes that line up that really make you think about both books, because obviously, I don't want to spoil it. Just read them. Trust me. Read them at the same time if you're someone who likes like dark, female, introspective novels. You'll enjoy those. Other things that I'm reading, I haven't finished them, but I'm going to add them to my list because I already know I'm obsessed with them. One of them is Cursed Bread. It is so creepy and poetic. I'm not done with it yet. But what it seems to be about is this woman in this small town who's obsessed with this woman that just moved into her town because of a lot of crazy things. And a lot of creepy things start to happen as this new couple kind of like continues their presence in this small town. I don't want to spoil a ton from that book either, but the writing is so good. It's the same author who wrote The Water Cure. So the writing's just sometimes it's kind of occasionally very jarring and eerie and abstract. And that is right up my alley. So I'm definitely going to continue to be obsessed with that book after this month. Okay, and then for the last section of my May favorites is what I like to call my miscellaneous category. Top of my miscellaneous list, one second, my digital camera. This is the Sony Cybershot DSC WX150 with 18.2 megapixels. It was my mother's. We gave it to my mom for Mother's Day approximately 12 years ago. My mom's not much of a camera person, so it kind of was just collecting dust for a long time, but I recently whipped it out. I found it again maybe a year and a half ago, and since then I always take it with me on nights out with friends, because girl, the pictures that a digital camera can take on a night out, incredible. You will never look hotter, trust me. But I've also started to take it with me now during the daytime to take pictures of my outfits or where I'm at or my food or my drinks, just to record like happy little life moments. And I've really been liking it. My Instagram is littered with the type of pictures that I've been able to capture with this camera. I've taken it with me on vacation and just like normal life. So if you want to check out the kind of pictures that it can take, make sure to follow me on Instagram. Next thing on my miscellaneous list is not a thing, not a tangible thing, but it's brain dumping. I don't know if anybody else is feeling this, but I recently have been leaning on ChatGPT a little bit too much. Like every time I need something, I need to generate ideas or something, the first thing I do is like open ChatGPT. And it's honestly really turning into bad habit because I feel my brain getting really, really lazy. And so to combat me getting like stupid and wanting to exercise my like creativity muscle a little bit better, I've been brain dumping a lot more often. Like I'll just jot down anything that I'm thinking of in the morning to fill up a page. Like it's always my goal to fill up a whole page with my thoughts, just like a continuous stream of consciousness to get out things that are earth in my brain. And I've been finding it really therapeutic because sometimes I'll write about nothing. Like I'll just write about my day, what I did the day before. But other times, like I'll notice that I write about things that are bothering me, or I write about ideas that I want to execute. So what started more as just kind of like forcing myself to use my brain creatively has turned into like a really good and therapeutic habit. So highly recommend if you're kind of falling into a rut of like creativity, or you just feel like your brain is like turning to mush. Put down the phone, take out a pen, and write. And then last thing on my list, one moment please. Meet Yoshi. Say hi, Yoshi. Say hi. A brief history on Yoshi. Yoshi was a brave little street cat that my family rescued but ultimately could not keep. And so we welcomed him into our home with loving and open arms. Would you like to say something to the camera? No? He actually does not want to be held anymore. He's the newest addition to our family. I'm obsessed with him. He's so freaking sweet. I know you guys love Maxie, but I hope you guys will have fun seeing Yoshi in the background of my videos as well. And that is going to be the end of my favorites list. I hope you guys liked my little collection of things for the month of May. Let me know if you guys have any questions about the things that I showed you guys today. And that's it. Bye.